Right now at noon, a proposed audit of the Carthage Water and Electric Plant comes before the City Council.
And we're live at Wesco Home Furnishings in Pittsburgh for our Great American Flag Swap. We're going to have more on that, plus when we might see a break from the heat coming up.
Plus, a Miami, Oklahoma author won't let anything stand in the way of achieving his dreams.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Carthage City Council rejects a request to audit the Carthage Water and Electric Plant. This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Snowy. The audit request was turned down in a 6-1 vote. Council member Alan Snow believes this call for an audit on CWEP casts doubt on the organization and called for it to be rejected. Council member Tiffany Cozy disagreed with the audit because she believes it would cost too much.
It's a public utility, so it's a city-owned utility. We are connected with budgets and that kind of thing. So that's the city council's responsibility to make sure that everything is the way it needs to be.
Mayor Rife says the audit was requested by Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey. Now let's check in with Chris Warner in Pittsburgh for a look at the forecast.
Got a pretty warm day across the area. I'm sure most of you have noticed, and that's how it's been the last several days. We're also, of course, again live at Wesco for our Great American Flag Swap, getting the first round through. We have 100 flags. I did not count how many people just walked by, but you've still got some time to get out here, so make sure you do. And again, we're at Wesco, right in front of Meadowbrook Mall at the corner of Broadway and Centennial. In terms of the weather, though, it's still hot, and it's going to be hot at least one more day before we finally see some relief. Let's take a look outside from the MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line in Joplin. As you can see, we're looking pretty good. Plentiful sunshine out there with those partly cloudy skies. Another great view of those partly cloudy skies from our camera on the Cornell Complex in downtown Joplin. And as we take a look at the numbers, so yesterday started at 73, so definitely above normal, but a little better than where we have been. Made it up to 99 degrees, 11 degrees warmer than what our average high is. And unfortunately, we're on track to be above normal once again today. 93 in Joplin right now, 91 in Pittsburgh. Temperatures around the region a little cooler up by Stockton. They were a little closer to those storms that were just outside of our area this morning. And then so they're in the mid-80s. The rest of us, though, not near that, not near some of that cooler air, so we've got low to mid-90s across the area. As we go through the rest of the evening, we are still looking at that opportunity for an isolated pop-up shower or thunderstorm out there. Again, the best window for an isolated shower to be between 2 and 7, and after that, we'll have those partly cloudy skies and eventually mostly clear skies overnight, falling back into the upper 70s by 11. It's still going to be hot tomorrow. We have more storm chances tomorrow, and then we have that cold front, and that's going to make a big difference here in just a couple of days. We'll break down all those details for you here in just a few more minutes. Live from Wesco in Pittsburgh, I'm Chris Warner. Elise, we're going to send it back your way.
All right. Thanks, Chris. Well, there's a new facility in Pittsburgh aiming to treat addiction. Crawford County Mental Health Center celebrated the opening of the new addiction treatment center with a ribbon cutting ceremony yesterday. The new center will have a 24-hour bed space for addiction, social detox, and crisis stabilization. It'll also provide continuity of care for individuals to remain under the care of the same clinicians.
Really a push to treat the client rather than the disorder. In addition to that, what we're doing is the same-day access program is being placed in the building next to us. So when people come in for services, it doesn't matter what service they come in for, they can be seen that day and potentially come in and receive some level of care.
Now, that new center is located at the Richard H. Pfeiffer Recovery Complex. Well, Missouri Planned Parenthoods are fighting back against a new law to kick them off the federal Medicaid health insurance program. The organization filed legal challenges to the law with the Missouri Administrative Hearing Commission. Now, the law bans Medicaid funding from going to Planned Parenthood, which could reimburse them for services to low-income patients such as pap smears and cancer screenings. Arkansas also has a law banning Medicaid funding for the organization. Well, the legal fight connected to the deadly Branson ride, the Ducks boat accident, will continue, at least for now. Captain Kenneth Scott McKee and 2 supervisors, Curtis Lanham and Charles Batzel, are facing 63 criminal charges. There's been several back and forth challenges in the case since the tragedy on Table Rock Lake in 2018 that drowned 17 people. Yesterday, a hearing was scheduled for October 11th to discuss the defense's motion to dismiss. The attorney is arguing the state attorney general has, quote, exceeded its authority to prosecute. If that motion is dismissed, a preliminary hearing will happen in March of next year. Well, Missouri governor and First Lady yesterday hosted a celebration with the one and only Dolly Parton. Now, the event marked the statewide expansion of Parton's Imagination Library, the entertainer's project, which provides families with 5 books each month from the time a child is born until they reach the age of 5. Governor Parson and his wife attended the event to show their support for the program. Missouri became the 14th state to commit to a statewide program just after Kansas, which signed on last year. Well, in a story of perseverance, a young man in Miami, Oklahoma with Asperger's syndrome is not letting his diagnosis hold him back. He's become a published author after years of hard work. KOAM Samantha Walker sat down with him to learn about what pushed him to follow his passion.
I'm using my diagnosis to see the world differently than what most people would see.
Maverick Manning says he's enjoyed writing for years. When he was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, a form of autism, his family was told that he would likely struggle with reading comprehension. But that hasn't stopped Maverick from writing. In fact, he believes his diagnosis makes him better.
So in my take on the Asperger's, that it doesn't make you stupid. It makes you smarter than other people because you see the world different.
Maverick published his first book this year, titled The Rabbit's Creed Death Warrant. He worked hard on writing the book for 8 years, never giving up on his dreams of being an author, and he's excited to share it with others.
It feels like I'm cooking for someone, and everybody who buys this book and they enjoy it, like it's a meal.
His perseverance is something he learned from his mother, Maverick's biggest supporter.
He wants to be a writer. He could be a writer. Like I said, I always told him, don't put limitations on yourself. You could do whatever you achieve or want to achieve if you put your will and your passion behind it.
Maverick says he appreciates all the support he has received from others, especially his family.
It's like having an army on your back when you go to war.
He's not stopping after just one book. Maverick is already writing his next work, and he says he can see himself writing for years to come.
I can see myself work all the way up till I'm old and wrinkly.
Reporting in Miami, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
You can learn where to find Manning's book on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, coming up, we'll check out the Great American Flag Swap happening right now at Wesco Home Furnishings in Pittsburgh. And later, we're making cheesy pepperoni pizza sticks in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. We are live at Wesco Home Furnishings right here, Broadway Centennial, directly in front of Meadowbrook Mall. You can't miss this. It's for our Great American Flag Swap, and we, of course, always love doing these. And this time, we've got Steve Gajkowski from Wesco joining us. Steve, thanks for coming in this afternoon. Well, you don't have to come in. You're already here.
I'm usually here.
That's kind of where I am. I'm usually here, but not always. So tell me a little bit about why Wesco wanted to join in on this Great American Flag Swap.
Well, we're just happy that to help out with the community and make sure everybody gets a proper recognition that they get or they need to have. So, and that's our main focus on here, just to do for the community and their families and everything like that. So.
And as soon as we started, had 40 people already lined up to go. What does that tell you about the Pittsburgh community's commitment to just ensuring they do things the right way?
They do, and we've had calls pretty much all since the beginning of last week here, wanting to know when this is going to be. So this isn't a surprise here. You know, we've had a lot of folks that are very patriotic, and we try to go with that with them too. So.
And what's it like for just you and your staff to also be a part of something that is big and something that's so important for folks here in the 4 states?
Oh, I think everybody's real focused on doing that type of thing here. We like being supportive of the community and that type of thing. So.
All right. Well, Steve, thanks so much for joining us again this afternoon. Appreciate it. Of course, again, we're at Wesco Home Furnishings right at Broadway Centennial here in Pittsburgh in front of Meadowbrook Mall. You can't miss us. We still have some flags left. So if you have not stopped by, you need to stop by. Make sure you do so. We're going to have some other exciting things coming up, including Mr. Food.
If you like flaky dough stuffed with all sorts of cheesy goodness, then you better stay put, because you're not going to want to miss this.
And we've got some relief on the way in the form of a cold front. We'll talk about when that's going to get here, what that relief looks like, and how long it'll last when the KOAM News at Noon returns. Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. Again, we're live at Wesco Home Furnishings in Pittsburgh, right in front of Meadowbrook Mall for our Great American Flag Swap. We still have flags left, so if you haven't had an opportunity to stop by, you need to do so right now. We'll trade in your old tattered flags for a nice new one. All right, let's start with that future track. Talk about what we are looking at in terms of rain chances. Now, again, today, between about 2 and 7, we do have that window for maybe an isolated shower or storm out there. The majority of us will still stay dry. Then we'll have mostly clear skies as we head into the overnight. Then as we go a little further down the road into our Thursday, it's going to be another hot and muggy day out there. And so, unfortunately, we're going to have to contend with that. But as you can see as well, we'll also have another opportunity for a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. Initially, some of those will be relatively isolated, but then we get that cold front coming in late tomorrow night, say after 11, and as it does, it's going to trigger its own showers and thunderstorms. Now, the good news is, still at this point, there's nothing highlighted for a severe threat for Thursday or Friday at this point, and we're not anticipating any kind of significant severe weather, but we are expecting some nice thunderstorms, some good rain chances out there, and cooler weather. Now, as we go late morning, early afternoon, we'll get a brief pause in activity. The first round of this will initially be scattered. And then as we go later into the evening, it'll still be scattered, but we're talking more widespread thunderstorm activity as we go through Friday evening and into the overnight hours and even into our Saturday. As you see, we're starting as that front kind of stalls out a little bit to our south and east. It will allow some redevelopment to take place. So some of our Saturday better rain chances in the morning, and then we'll have scattered storm chances as we head into the afternoon and evening, eventually clearing out. Quick look at temperatures. They are uncomfortable out there except for Stockton, but here's the problem. Stockton, you're cooler with your air temperature at 86, but you were closer to those showers and storms earlier this morning. It means it's a little muggier up there. We'll talk about that here in a second. But we're otherwise low to mid 90s. And we factor in that dew point. Yeah, it's a bit uncomfortable. Feels like 101, the Wada and Bonita right now. Stockton, you may be at 86. Your heat index is 8 degrees higher than your air temperature. So it is uncomfortable, and we could still see many of those heat index values approaching 100 today, with our highs on average going about the mid-90s, southwest breeze around 5 to 10. And if you don't see any of those isolated showers or storms, you will otherwise be partly cloudy. Mostly clear tonight, back into the low 70s, still above normal, but not bad. Mid-90s again tomorrow, heat index values again tomorrow, up around 100. Then with that cold front coming in, take a look at the high temperatures heading into the weekend. We're going to go mid-80s as we head into the holiday weekend. We'll get rain and storm chances the first 2 days, on Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday and Labor Day itself will start to dry out there. We're going to be those mid-80s, and we're talking maybe some additional scattered storm chances toward the end of next week. But one of the great things is by the time we get to Sunday, humidity levels and dew point levels are going to be lower. So yeah, it may be the upper 80s, but it's going to be a comfortable upper 80s out there. Again, we're live at Wesco Home Furnishings in Pittsburgh, right in front of Meadowbrook Mall for our Great American Flag Swap. We still have some. These folks back here, they really need something to do, especially Ryan Vance. You know they need something to do. So come on down and get that old flag traded in.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, stick around. We're making cheesy pepperoni pizza sticks in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Well, if you're looking for a pizza-perfect way to enjoy homemade pizza without all the hassle, Howard's got you covered. Today, he's showing us how to make cheesy pepperoni pizza sticks in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
With summer winding down and life getting back to normal, many of you are looking for something new and exciting to shake things up. That's why you're going to love the stuffed pizza sticks we're making today. And after taste testing them, we found that these are just as good served as a snack as they are with a meal. After unrolling a can of refrigerated crescent dough, we start by pinching the seams together, creating 4 rectangles, like this. Then, we sprinkle some shredded mozzarella cheese down the center of each piece, shake on some Italian seasoning, and top that with sliced pepperoni. Now the dough gets folded over the filling, and we seal the edges. That way none of the cheesy goodness oozes out as it bakes. Okay, we give each one a twist and brush them with some butter and shake on Parmesan cheese before baking them off. While these bake, I suggest heating up some spaghetti sauce so you can dip or top them with even more goodness. I have a feeling that this is going to be one of those recipes that you're going to make over and over again. To get the recipe for these cheesy pepperoni pizza sticks, all you need to do is visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a pizza perfect way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
We can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Now, here's a look at the 4 state market prices.
Perfect. How are you? Good, man. How are you doing? Good. All right, we are live at Westco Home Furnishings in Pittsburgh, right in front of Meadowbrook Mall here at Centennial and Broadway. Great American flag swap. We still have flags to give out. And a reminder, this one, we're indoors this time. So if you don't see us outside, it's not over yet. You just need to come into the store. So make sure you check it out. We still have some flags to give away out here. Again, today and tomorrow, still mid-90s. Heat index values approaching 100 degrees. Then we have that cold front late tomorrow night, bringing thunderstorm chances Friday into Saturday, kicking our temperatures down for the second half of this week into the mid-80s, and that'll stick with us through next week as well. A few additional rain chances toward the end of next week. Elise, Dow?
All right, thanks, Chris. And Dow, what do you have for us tonight?
Lots coming up at 5. For starters, new eye tracking technology reveals what house hunters pay attention to when they're viewing a property and what they tend to miss. We're going to take a look at the most common blind spots for home buyers. Plus, in 2023, Missouri Governor Mike Parson signed a bill that allows for freezes for property tax rates on owner-occupied real estate for senior citizens in participating counties. We're going to hear from Jasper County officials about why that county is not yet participating in that tax freeze, and to look at the health benefits that come with eating locally sourced produce. Hope you'll join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's all coming up today. KOAM News at 5.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dow. And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5. Until then, have a great rest of your day.